I gala, Biafra, ịgakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, Biafra, ịgakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, nwanne m ịgakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, Biafra, hey. I gala, Sister Stella, ị gakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, Biafra, ị gakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, Amechi nwanne m ị gakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, eluigwe ị gakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, eluigwe n'ụwa lee, Biafra bụ eluigwe n'ụwa nka. I gala, Biafra, ị gakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, Clement le, ị gakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, Victor nwanne m ị gakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, ị gakwa esonye anyị Zubi nwanne ka anyị laba Biafra. I gala, Udem nwanne m ị gakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. I gala, Biafra, ị gakwa esoro mgbe anyị gala Biafra. Good morning, ụtụtụ ọma, nwanne m nwanyị Helen Peters, onye ọ ga-adịrị mma, ụtụtụ ọma, my own brother Louis Peters, ụtụtụ ọma, my brother, I love you, brother Louis, quite a long time, my beloved brother, I love you to the bones, thank you so much, it's nice to see you pop up this morning, thank you. And I want to encourage you once again this morning, Ututoma. Ututoma means beautiful morning. Beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning. It's a beautiful morning. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, them. I appreciate you. Thank you. And when you are away from home, you always long to go home. You always long to go home. And then my question this morning is, if Biafra is indeed your home, then you must go. We must go. If Biafra is indeed our home, no matter what it takes, the only place you will go back to is home. Is home. And especially when your home is a home that is blessed, a home that is flowing with milk and honey, a home crafted from God, by God Himself. If Biafra is indeed a home, if Biafra is indeed our home, then we must go. We must go. Because whatever that enemy, that thief does to stop you from going home, their time must expire. Their time must expire. You are homebound. You are homebound. This morning, I want you to have that at the back of your mind. The Pilgrim's Progress, is the man who is on a journey, but he's on a journey back home. He may have gone on a pilgrimage, but he will definitely go back home. The prodigal son, who wandered away from home. He saw how it was out there, rough, unpalatable. very inconvenient, very disastrous. There was no love out there. It was cold because no shelter. And even though he wasted his life, the only place he longed to be was home. Because home is where you get succor. Home is where you get protection. Home is where you have your peace. If Biafra is indeed your home, you must go. And that is why, because we have resolved to go home, everything the enemy have planted around your home that is depriving you, hindering you from making advancement back home, the power that made your home so beautiful will bring an end to that siege. Because the one that made your home, he made it for you. He made your home for you. You can accommodate strangers, you can welcome visitors, but your home is your home. You can open your doors for people out of hospitality, but you did not open it for them to take over your home. Am I making some sense this morning? Your home is your home. There is a gang up by hell to stop you from enjoying the blessings of your home. But will they succeed? Heaven says no, and it must remain so. Your home is your home. As far as I am concerned, the only thing that I hunger for, the only thing that I desire is home. Right now, there is rain. As I'm talking to you, you can see the environment where I am is different from where I used to be, in the open. When I come in home, I am covered. You can see, I am under a shelter right now. That's how your home must be. It protects you from the tempest, from the wind and the wave, from the strangers that would want to devour, from the carnivorous animals that would want to eat. Your home is where you must go and have some peace. And then some people, when an enemy enters their home, they lament and they wail and they cry and they gnash their teeth. And they would wish it never happened that way. And they would call upon their maker and cry and say, "This is not the home you gave me." There are strangers that were not meant to stay in our home. Some of our people gave them the opportunity to come in and encroach into our land, and they have decided, because they saw the beauty of our land, they have decided to make our home to become their permanent home by chasing us out. We are such people that heaven prepared to be a beautiful nation, a wonderful nation, by reason of how he crafted us. Yesterday, when I was replaying the interview by our Prime Minister with our Supreme Leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, there were some powerful excerpts from that particular interview. Mazin Nnamdi Kanu said that we are the only people that have engineers born as engineers. We have scientists born as scientists. We have agricultural scientists born. We have economists born. People were born with gifts and talents. People were graced from their mother's womb. We are the only people. We are the Umu Chineke. There's only Biafrans. And that is why out there in the world, they see the giftings that heaven have bestowed upon us, and they say, we will not allow these people to happen. Because they know that when we happen as a nation, they will be inferior. They will be second class. I'm telling you, there are people that never went to the walls of the universities in Biafra land. You go and see their inventions, you will marvel. You will watch in amazement and awe and say, what is this? It's only God that could born people like that, create people like that, with such gifts, with such talent, with such grace. It's only Biafra. It's only Biafra. And that's why every effort is being made to squash us, to stop us. And when this evil is being perpetuated, those people you think have conscience, they keep quiet. They're not keeping quiet for any reason. They're keeping quiet because they are afraid of us. They are afraid of us. They don't want us to happen. So that they will not happen now. It will be said that a technologically advanced nation sprang up somewhere in West Africa and they said Biafra and they want to stop it. Hey, they have already failed on arrival. They didn't know that even holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for all these over almost 700 days, holding him is actually bringing that out the best in us. The very, very best of us are being, spotted right now. We are coming out. And I want to tell you, this is not the time to hide. It is in such a time as this that Gideon was raised, because he came to a point in the life of the Israelites that when they harvest their crops, they would hide them. Sometimes they even go in the middle of night to go and harvest, and they will hide it because of their enemies, because they would just come over them and take over everything they planted and they harvested. This time around, we are not going to hide from our enemies. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said something, that he said that we are the only people that were not conquered. The people that had no armies, and yet we were not conquered. And are you still doubting how unique you are? Are you still doubting how special you are? How, my goodness me. No army, and we were never defeated. No army. Now begin to imagine if in such a cake age, when there was a little or less of technological advancement, we were so formidable. They conquered others, but they couldn't conquer us because heaven stood for us. Imagine what will happen now. Now most of us, our eyes are open. That is why they are going in the midst of us and beguiling unstable souls, paying them and getting them their stomach filled with bribe that will bust them, because they will definitely be busted, just like Judas. They will be busted. They will be busted because you cannot stop the move of God. This is Chineke na mere mebere. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that this is the last miracle that will happen upon the face of the earth. And I am happy that it is happening in my own time. I am glad it is happening in my own time. And you should. You should. And that's why if there's anything you can do to support and make it happen, do not be found wanting. Make sure you get involved. Make sure you put in your best. Because God doesn't work with lazy and idle people. God works with you when you are actively involved also. Because he puts speed to your efforts. God doesn't work on nothing. God works on what you are able to put in. And as much as we are putting in everything we've got, heaven is our limit. Heaven is our limit. And we must get there. It's just a matter of days. We must get there. Yes. Now they have no choice but to let us go, or heaven will fall on them. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I keep repeating it. Go on YouTube and look for a documentary. It's actually a true life event that took place somewhere in the Middle East. Somewhere in the Middle East, when Israel in 6 days, somebody says 6 days, 6 days defeated nations, Iraq, Iran, Syria, Lebanon, Oman, Jordan, Egypt. These are sophisticated nations as at then. In 6 days, Israel that were just coming together defeated them in 6 days. Look for the documentary that is titled Against All Odds. Against all odds. And I want to announce to you that Biafra must win against all odds. The odds might be against you. But because the finger of God is involved, one day you will win. In 6 days, in 6 days, nations were defeated. In 6 days. Then that and this particular thing happened between 1967, I think so, 1967. Egypt had the best air bombing aircraft in those years. Egypt, in one night, in one night, all the airfield of Egypt were crumbled in one night. None of their flights could take off. Everything was, confiscated. What, destroyed in one night. This took place in 6 days. That's the finger of God. And we know what happened during the Bible days. God repeated in our contemporary time. And there is one good news you must know. The God of Israel, He is the God of Biafra. We have the roots. We are from the roots of Judah. We are the roots of Israel. That is why we have the mentality of the sons of Issachar. We are able to discern the times. The Bible says that the sons of Issachar, they were they that understood the times. We understand the times, and we know that the times that we are in now is the times that we should get in and possess our possession. And so do not be frightened. Do not fret. The Almighty is on our side. The King of glory is with us in this. And I can bet you with my 10 fingers and my 10 toes, one day we win. We win. If Biafra is indeed your home, you're going home. You're going home. I gala, Biafra, Igakwe Surumba, Gala Biafra. Ututu Oma ụmụnne m, Ututu Oma ya gajiere unu, ya mara unu mma, unu ga-adị ka echi maka na echi ada agwụ agwụ. Let us be faithful to this particular cause. Do not be distracted. He that wavers is like the wave of the sea, tossed up and down. But when you are fixed, your mind is fixed, and you are focused, we will get there. We are on a journey, and we are not going to stop halfway. We must get to the end. I will never, never stop my journey halfway, until I reach my home. May the Lord bless our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. May the Lord bless our Prime Minister, Odogu Mazi Simon Ekpa the Dragon. And may the Lord bless all our men on ground, ESN, our Biafran Liberation Army, all our allies. May God bless them and give them wisdom and grace to remain and to continue. May God bless all our Umuada, our media warriors. May God bless every one of us. And those of us who have fixed our eyes on the ball, may God keep your eyes fixed without distraction. And those of you that are fallen on the way, it's a pity. I pray that you'll be able to recover and restore yourself back, because you cannot continue and you can never succeed. You're being on that sideline or thinking that you can drag us down with your bad belly and bad mind. You fail. And may God bless Pastor Vam 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 as we continue to move and fight to the finish line. I love you, but Chukwu Kadiama loves you more. Please remember our fundraising tomorrow. We're going to make it a mega fundraising. It has become a weekly thing because we need it now. Now, remember, it is www.ipobausa.org/donate. Keep it pumping for ESN and for Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. Continue the awareness. We are going home. Commercial. Thank you, every one of you that joined me this morning. Have a beautiful day. For Ututu Oma, thank you. Thank you.